Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Iceborne livestream. We're on the PlayStation for a second day in a row. That's because we don't play PlayStation enough, so we need to give PlayStation an extra day, right? We're having another Let's Chat time stream, where I won't be focusing as much on the gameplay as I will on having a fun conversation with you guys, and that's because there's nothing to do in the game right now for me. We could help people with completing their story mode or grinding their optionals, maybe even grinding in the guiding lands, which probably actually is something I could do on this character. I don't go into the guiding lands very often, so that's something we definitely could do. It's just up to you guys. I'll do what you guys want to do today. How's it going, Lex? How's it going, Con? Lionix says, my PlayStation 4 came in the mail today. My Monster Hunter's downloading. Nice, man. Ravenclaw says, I love how out of around 128,000 subs, many others who probably enjoy these. What? How's it going, Terra Squad? Oh, let me turn the volume up on this. I'm not getting any volume. Okay, there is volume, though. It's because I have no music playing. Tell you what, let's have music on today. Turn the music on. Let's find out why I turn the music off. Put it at 30. How long will you be streaming? My Monster Hunter needs an hour to download. I'll probably be streaming about 2 hours, maybe a little more. TGC, you ever play Sea of Thieves? I've thought about playing it before. Yeah, I noticed the other day that it has a lot of viewers on Twitch. I was like, really? It kind of surprised me. No Xbox, time to rage. How's it going, Super Freddy? Duck, go quack. Appreciate you, bro. How's it going, Steven? Do you like my outfit? I look like a poofty. I tell you what, let's see how far away we are from making the Arshan set. I'd like to get that done today. That'd be nice. Jump up to the workshop. Hey guys, I just tried Safi Siege for the first time on PC. We didn't beat him before he escaped. You have to kill him to see the gear you can make. Yeah, you kind of have to get a piece of his materials, I'm pretty sure, in order to see his stuff. I'll move my mic a little bit here. There we go. Okay, let's choose Forge. Yeah, Forge equipment. Armor. No. Actually, layered armor. There we go. Sweet. Arshan. So let's get this armor set made, because I'd like to use this armor set. And we'll start with the helmet. What the hell? Why is it walking around like I still have this set on? That's a bug, right? I don't actually have the Arshan set, do I? Wait, I do have it on. What? How did that happen? Wait, did we craft it in the past? I don't feel like we did. I'm confused. Did something just happen where we got the whole set by only crafting one piece of the set? Whoa, I was not paying attention. Well, I tell you what, since we have the Arshan set now, let's go ahead and swap the weapon around as well. You know what? He says you just bought it. I didn't realize I had enough for the whole set, though. That's what surprised me. So let's see. Longsword. What should we work on today? Light bowgun. Raw dog. Friendship. Hammer. Horn. Bow. Well, I'll take your guys' weapon requests. I'm thinking, well, let's look through our weapons. So we've got a bunch of bows. We got a bunch of hammers. We got the lance. You got the longsword. The switch axe, which actually I've been enjoying the switch axe. The charge blade. We learned the charge blade the other day. Heavy bowgun's always awesome. There's the, what do you call it? The gun lance. Insect glaive. I'm a big fan of the insect glaive, actually. Sword and shield. Not so big of a fan of the sword and shield, even after the buffs. I just personally don't like the way it feels. Dual blades really is not that bad. I'm a bowgun guy. I really like the bowguns. I just like the look of them. I like the feel of them. Charge blade. I wish they would include more like skilled ammo types. You know what I mean? Like ammo types that require really interesting levels of skill. Because the current ammo types are too easy, so it feels like you're cheesing. So if they made like bowguns more complicated and more difficult, I would enjoy that a lot. Safi Health Splitter. I do like the Greatsword. Who doesn't? Greatsword's awesome. What's missing from this list? Is anything missing? I guess we'll keep playing Horn until there's like a weapon request or something. We already got the Horn on. Okay, let's go and augment the Safi Shatterhorn. These are all ugly. Iron Gong. Dude, why are the hunting horns so bad looking? Wait, am I already wearing? I think I'm already wearing one. Ooh, I like these though. What do I need? Tempered ebon jaw for that? Oh, I like this one. We need the Guild Palace. Are they still allowing us to play all of the quests right now? Let's see. It seems like it. Let's look up Guild Palace ticket real fast. Guild Palace ticket. 50 Shades of White, huh? Let's look that up real fast. 50 Shades of White, that's racist. Yep, they are still having this one. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and queue it up. We're going to get the Guild Palace weapon skins made. How long will you be streaming? My shift will be over in an hour, and I want to know if I can join. How's it going, Tulio? O? I will probably be streaming 2 hours, maybe a little longer. Maya says, hello everyone. Anyone on PlayStation 4 got Tempered Brute Tigrix in the Guiding Lands? Yeah, if somebody had that, I could pick up that ebon jaw or whatever. How are you? How's it going, Voided Valor? I'm doing extremely well. Have a quick meal. How are you? 50 Shades White. Man, I was working hard last night, man. I was up till like 5 or 6. And I got, I don't know, like 70 packages shipped. And I got another PSA submission completed. I feel like all I do is wake up, get to work, work, and then go directly to bed. It's easy though, because what I already do for fun is what I do for work. So it's almost like I play all day in a sense. Can I join the duding? You probably could. Oh, I suck. Wait, I don't even have... Why don't I have pebbles? I'm so dumb. Go grab these pods. These stones. You got a stoner? How did I get thrown off there? They're definitely gonna throw him. He's in trouble. Boop. Alright. Oh. He's mad. Oh, what's this thing that just popped up? Support assist. Get out of here. My laptop has decided to launch some sort of Dell support assist without asking me. That's annoying. Here, let me close down Discord and make sure I don't mess up my CPU or anything. That's annoying. Don't you hate it when your laptop does something without permission? I'm happy that you're happy. Been watching you since 2017. Oh, thanks, man. That's a long time. I forget that my YouTube channel is kind of an older channel. I've been doing this for a little while. Doing this since I started up Dark Souls. Don't do it. Oh my god, there are the tremors. Is he playing on console or PC? We're playing on Kenmore Smart Fridge. We're playing on the Game Boy Advance. For those of you who didn't know, let's be serious about it for once. For those of you who didn't know, we always put the type of platform we're playing on in the thumbnail. So if you're ever curious what we're playing on, just take a quick look at the thumbnail. It says right in the thumbnail. Okay? One of the most common questions is, what is he playing on? But it's like, we actually say it right in the thumbnail, okay? That's why we always tease you too, because it means you didn't look. But yeah, that's definitely the most common question. Go ahead and smack this tail up. Smack, smack, smack. Oh, nice job. Nice job. Do you guys like my fire mantle? God damn it, he keeps moving. Let's go ahead and soften the tail up for sword players. Sever damage players, I should say. The same idea. Woo! Oh, he's been flashed. Boink! Oh, that's a pity. It didn't let me keep knocking him over. I think that's KO. Is that KO? Oh, now he's mad. When is the next weapon popularity video? You're right. I should probably make it before the month is over because I've not made it this month and I'm supposed to. So we should make it very soon, I think. Attack 2, health regen. Attack 3, defense, wind resist. 4 attack and melody extend. What? I have a thunder hunting horn with attack 3, but I used my last track light on it, so I tried getting it on my blast. OJE. Huh? Now I'm big confused. Is Safi still going, says Trevin. No, Safi has been destroyed. Remember, we killed him multiple times, so that we would never have to fight him again. Bury the Great Spike. Wow, that's a really great spike. We gotta bury the Great Spike again. Whew, good thing I picked up that little thing on the ground. Happy Dinosaur Day, everyone. Perfect day to play Monster Hunter. Today's some sort of celebrating. Starburst says, I think on big open world map is the next logical step for the series. Everybody's going toward big open world. You know, I'd be fine if Monster Hunter didn't do big open world. You know, my opinion on big open worlds is that they can waste a lot of your time, actually. You know, one of the things I like the most about the arena in Monster Hunter World is that the arena doesn't, you know, like right here fighting Barriath, it doesn't waste any of your time. He doesn't run around the whole place. He just right there. And you're probably right. That's probably what they will do. They probably will do open world because they're like, oh my god, we gotta design this huge map. We gotta design this huge environment. We gotta have all the you know, all the entomology and all the other stuff. Honestly, if they spent more time bringing in cool fights and they just had a cool arena, I'd be totally down with that. If it was just one, and it loads faster too, by the way. Arena loads super fast, which I don't think that'll be a problem on the next gen consoles. So they'll probably be able to do, you know, maybe like a massive environment. But I don't actually like running around in Monster Hunter too much. In fact, that's probably why they designed the Raider Riders, is so that you wouldn't have to run around so damn much. Yeah, I kind of like it better when we fight them in the arena. What I love the most, my favorite parts about Monster Hunter, is when you have a really tough fight that really engages you. You really have to respond to the fight. You have to think carefully about it, and it tests the quality of your build too. And really, you don't reach that point until the difficulty kind of scales up real far. Like Master Rank Kulve Taroth, she's fun, although I'm basically done needing her. But she's fun because she really does challenge you. Starburst says, why not both arena and open world? Oh, actually, I'm sure they can do both. I think I was just trying to leave a little commentary. I think a lot of games are trying to become open world, and I don't necessarily agree that that will definitely improve the quality of a game. So let me give you an example, Starburst. Imagine they spend all this time creating open world, and then, you know, they don't really give you any new monsters. So that would be an example of... what I'm saying here is that more important than having an open world to me would be having lots of new challenging monster fights, which I feel like we didn't get that in Iceborne. So hopefully in the next title that's what we get, because I think that that's the most important thing driving the game, you know what I mean? Alright, here, let's go ahead and craft this now. Guild Palace. Sweet! Super sweet! You know, honestly, it looks really good with the Silver Knight armor. But this does not look right with the Arshan armor set, does it? That looks kind of weird with the Arshan armor set. God damn it. That would look great with the Silver Knight armor set, but it just doesn't look right here, does it? Can we undo that? I bet you can't undo that. No. Oh, damn it. Well, god damn it. What does this look like? Mouse bar ore, thick bone. I did not consider... Wait, why does this... Wait. Wait. Are you saying that the Vespioid armor set already had the Guild Palace design? Am I missing something here? This looks like it's... Oh, no. It's saying I don't have the parts. I got it. Never mind. I was getting confused there. You cannot set parts on this base. Change the layered base and then set the part. Huh. Okay. Weird. Strange how that works. I would like this, actually, the Brute Tigrex. Here, let's try this. We have like a bazillion of these parts. Let's try it with this color first. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Because again, it doesn't quite match the Arshan, does it? Oh, I'm sorry. We're supposed to go to augment. Gold Raytheon Shar Ishvala Velkana. Nargapuga. Let's go with the Raytheon set for a moment. Let's try this out. Yeah, this looks right, doesn't it? This looks a little bit better, I have to say. I think the simplistic curvature on the Arshan set combined with the Raytheon set looks a lot better. This looks much better as a combination. Alright, so honestly, I feel like doing a little bit of Guiding Lands. Because Guiding Lands is often this thing that I have not really worked too much on. What do I have going on? Oh, I've got level 7 everything, huh? Interesting. Oh, that's right, because the last thing I did was that I used the save wizard to modify the account. So I have a modified account. Interesting. So let me see if I can augment all the way on this weapon. And see what I'm missing. Tempered Glimmer Pelt. So right there, I don't have everything. I don't have any Tempered Glimmer Pelt. Let's go to the Guiding Lands and pick up some Tempered Glimmer Pelt. Why do you have level 7 everything? I used a hack. I cheated, to answer your question. This is like, I have 3 characters for Monster Hunter, and so because you can't transfer your character over, I decided to use a save wizard on my PlayStation account to try and save some time. Could you play a Safi Siege? I could. That is a possibility. That is a possibility, but I refuse. Symphonia says, bleh, Guiding Lands. How's it going, Symphonia? We're going to fight Tempered Rajang. Is it Rajang? In the Guiding Lands. And we're going to get that Tempered Glimmer Pelt. Even though I didn't pick up Geologist because I'm a freaking idiot. God, dude. I hate having to remember that. Alright, let's get over here. Dark Light's like, come on, GC, you're better than that. I am not better than that. I've got like 4,000 hours. Actually, I think between my PlayStation, PC, and Xbox accounts, I have like 4,200 hours. And there is a point where you kind of hit a wall where you're like, I do not give a fuck about cheating in this game anymore. And the reason for that, of course, is because I've already done all this, like, on the Xbox for hours and hours and hours. And Capcom amazingly does not allow you to transfer your character. I guess it makes sense. They'd have to have like some cloud database for you to be able to do that. So I have 3 separate characters I'm grinding, and you reach a point where you're like, you know, frick this, I'm just going to modify it. You know what I mean? You do reach that point. If you want the authentic experience with Monster Hunter, do not modify your account, just play like normal. But I'm not having the authentic experience for the PlayStation because I already had it on the Xbox. I had it on the Xbox. It took forever. What are we playing, by the way? Wide range, Divine Blessing, Health Boost. That's not bad for... Yeah, this is going to be a good setup for supporting my teammates, I think. And let's go ahead and call in this guy. We're going to lure out Monster. Let's go ahead and lure out... The monster is already in the area. Right, but he's not tempered. What if I wanted to be... Wait, is he tempered? How can you tell if a monster is tempered? Now let's go beat up on him. Yeah, you reach a point where it's like, if I have to do this shit one more time, and it's not about at that point it's like it's about trying not to kill yourself is what it's about. Otherwise, I generally don't need to cheat at games because I put so many hours into them. So I usually don't care. People should be allowed to play however they want. I don't judge. Just don't mess up other people's multiplayer, okay? Don't cheat in arena and stuff like that. Cheater! Yeah, I promise you all the speedrunners are probably using stuff like this too, just to make their game faster, to make it easier. Oh my god. Ouch. Should I wait for my teammates to throw them into the wall? Boink. Throw him in the wall right now, I guess. Get him, little Jagras. Oh, let's just soften the other. Who cares? He gonna get mad. Get him, Jagras! I didn't put him to sleep. Wow, I don't usually play with this one. It's kind of cool seeing the skin for it. Ow. Oh my god. Let's get some damage out. Get a mega potion. Oops. Wow, that actually hit me? Why did that hit me, dude? I'm dead. Oh, I thought I was dead there. I don't know why that hit me. That's ridiculous. Alright, there we go. He's close to a mount. I know he is. Bruh! Yeah, he mounted the monster. There you go. Ouch. That hurts too. Okay, grab this mega potion. Now let's see what this is. Is this the glimmer pill? I bet not. Oh, what happened? It disappeared. Smack him in the head. Oh, he's all hurt now. Let's see. What does he drop on the floor here? Is it Glimmer Pelt? Bloodthirsty Glimmer Pelt. That's not where we were after, right? Was it? We had the same idea. Nice job. Darn, he jumped away. We got that last smack. Let's see what you guys are saying. In the next game, I hope they make some smaller monster mobs more threatening. Get him, GameCon. Raging is not tempered. Get him, GameCon. This is not Tempered Rajang. Tempered Rajang, this is a normal one. Get him GameCon. Yep, it's normal. Volcano 6 saying it's just a game. It's such a weak mindset. It's not a game anymore if you cheat. Icon by map is not. You guys still talking about the mods? Jesus Christ, people are so sensitive over the issue. You guys realize it's a video game, right? A video game's it's a computer program that you turn on. It's not real world. It's not real. It's fake. Fake. Phony. Fake. Let's jump up here. So he's not tempered, everyone's saying. Let's get up to the camp. It is an animation that you can manipulate just like the developers can manipulate it. This is not the official game. It is computer software, and you can edit it as much as you want. No, you must spend 5,000 hours grinding 2 characters to the same level because Capcom didn't implement a way for you to move your character around. You must do this. Let's report investigation. You're a cheater. Phony. Mods are what made San Andreas amazing. Regards from Virginia. How's it going, Darklight Tempest? Let's... Wait, why does it say report investigation? I already did that. That was weird. Lure out monster. So let's just lure out anything for a minute. Okay. Can you kick someone out? No, I'm afraid I can't do that, Karen. David says, oh, I already read that one. King Katura says, well, maybe it's fake in your world, but listen, bud, I've lived in Asteria for the last few years, so I don't want to hear it. Oh, no. Capcom is fake. Capcom's real. You ain't gaming for real if you ain't cheating. Adds mods, plays mod, gets bored, adds another mod, and another, boom, goes your PC. Well, I mean, I don't know. What have I done? All I've really done is made it so that I don't have to waste my whole life in the Guiding Lands. I mean, we're still wasting times in the Guiding Lands right now. How do I get that lure ball? I don't have some in my inventory in here, do I? Probably not. You got to keep reporting investigation as long as your teammates keep attacking him. So it sounds like we need... He's still here. It sounds like we need... Where are we fighting him? We were fighting him in... the jungle. Let's get a jungle monster real fast. Banishing ball melded at the Elder Melder. Very cool. Thank you. Okay. Is it true you can get lures from oven roast? I've never heard of that. How's it going, John Fire? He says, hi, Gameconomist. PlayStation 4 tonight? Yep, we're on the PS4. How's it going? We're trying to get Rajang to go away so I can lure Rajang back out and hopefully get him to show up in the volcanic region. I guess he's showing up tempered when he comes there. Mary says, slap the handler. Can you read my comment? Nope. That is impossible. Is Guiding Lands God 999 lures each? It's 999 lures and still a huge waste of time somehow. Like, look, I'm just standing here waiting. The new monster you were luring out appeared in the field. Alright, says he's... Oh, he wasn't in the forest region. My bad. He's in the tundra. Alright, we're luring out a monster into the tundra. No talks about life today? We can talk about anything you want, Clash Royale. That's how the chats go. You guys just have to maybe ask a question that you'd like to talk about. Yeah, handler smile, totally not real. What if she's the last elder? She is the last elder dragon. Tempered handler. There we go. Rajang is left. So now we're going to try and lure out a new Rajang. We're going to lure him out in the volcanic region. And this should give us a tempered Rajang. Okay. Oh my god, get out of here. Let's see, I can spend 300 hours perfectly grinding up this character in its guiding lands, or I can spend 3 hours on a save wizard and essentially have the same experience because I already grinded him up for 300 hours on the Xbox. Which one is gonna leave me with a smile on my face? Probably I need to grind him twice. But honestly, you know, I would have no need for like Save Wizard or anything like that if Capcom just made it so that you could transfer your character between consoles. There's no such thing, and it's a real pity that they don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have crossplay. You know, if you're not gonna have crossplay, at least make it so you can transfer your character. I don't see why that would be so hard, but it is what it is. I'm just surprised somebody could get upset over that concept that, yeah, maybe I don't want to grind 2 characters for 3,500 hours each, or 3 characters, because remember, I have my PC account as well. I got 3 characters. This one, the PC account, and the Xbox account. Way too much time to spend doing that. I got better things to do in life. Like meet loose women. Here, let's go ahead and beat this guy. Ouch. The handler is the product of a Wyverian has sex with the legendary Elder Melder, aka Scam Elder Dragon, threat level 3. Alright, so I've given the team attack up extra large. Let's go ahead and heal statue. Here is the demon drug. Here's the demon powder. And here's the mice seed. So now the team gets a lot of extra bonus damage. How did that still hit me? I was moving away from it. And we heal them up. God, there's only some moves he uses that are easy to punish, you know? Yeah, I hate that move. I spent 2 hours browsing. Oh my god, Mary. Let's go ahead and put this on. Don't do it. Oh, he did it. Do you guys have a tip for Extreme Behemoth? Have a team that knows what they're doing on Extreme Behemoth? Bruh! They're weak numbers, Mary. Those are rookie numbers. He's ready to be thrown into the wall again. Nice job. That's when you know you have a good teammate, is when your teammates just take care of that right away. They don't mess around with it. Might Seed refreshed. Oh, right. We need to pick this up, right? So 1, 2, ow. 2, 3. 4. Let's go ahead and heal this guy up. I feel like Note 4 was exactly what the hunting horn needed. They really do have to be applauded for the good design on the hunting horn for Iceborne. It flows perfectly into the weapon, I feel like, you know, because it's this move that allows you to pretty much stay in place and just stand in place and deal high damage, basically, which I feel is what the hunting horn needed. With the Note 3, which is normally what you used in the base game, the problem with Note 3 is you always had to trade between either doing this sort of pommel strike or you would back away with the golf swing. And that was always really annoying, having to have your like playstyle limited by that. Now you don't have that limitation when you're attacking. Ow. Don't do it, Raging. I just keep chugging. Keep chugging. Raging can't get us if I keep chugging. I just chug, chug, chug. The ultimate power. Ow. Dude, why did he do so much? Jesus. He knocked me beneath the, Jesus Christ, dude. Wait, that's not what I wanted to use. Oh my god. I'm in trouble. I'm in danger. Time to do some corner hornering. This is one of the biggest problems for the hunting horn right there. So what happened was I'm trying to reset the attack up extra large buff. And because you have to kind of stand there, you know, resetting it like this right here, since you have to do this, you're at high risk of the monster interrupting you before the buff actually finishes. That's why whenever we talk about changes I'd like to see to the hunting horn, one of the biggest improvements I think that could occur at this point for the hunting horn is if the buff came out immediately. And you still had all the recovery frames, but the buff just came out immediately so that you always got the buff done. You know what I mean? So if the monster punishes you for buffing, it's not like you have to re-queue up the whole thing, hitting all the notes, and then go back into the stupid dancing animation just to get the attack up extra large for your team, right? And I just think that it wouldn't really change like the damage or anything of the horn, it would just be an improvement overall. It will make it so that the horn is less annoying to use, I guess. That's what I'm going for. Improvements that make the weapon less annoying. Oh my god, dude. Let's get this raging material. I was lucky. Look at that. We got that done. That's going to help the team with some damage. That hurts. Woo! Oh, we're KO'd? He just like KO'd us in one move. Oh, I'm dead. Wow, dude. Amazing! All right, let's get everything going again. Let's refresh my items, I guess. I'll run over here. Oh. Let me... Oh, okay. There's none of that in there. I guess it doesn't matter. You don't really have to have that with the hunting horn. That was an inconvenient time to be KO'd. Guess it's always inconvenient to be KO'd. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Whoa, okay. Let's just get these back out. Okay, so we're going to get the attack up large and the movement speed. Oh my god. See, like right there. So because he interrupted us from getting our attack up extra large on the, what do they call that, the encore? Because we didn't get the encore, now we have to queue everything back up. And that's just annoying. Because dancing around for the performance takes so long before the actual buff comes out. That's why I think that if they were to just change it so that it comes out instantly, but it has maybe all the same recovery frames, this wouldn't greatly improve the damage output of the horn, but it would make using the buffs less annoying, you know what I mean? Because the problem is when it takes so long for you to kind of stand there and dance, it makes it easy for the monster to punish you with its next move, right? Which means that in order to safely use the buffs, you would have to have the monster be basically incapacitated before you're allowed to rebuff. And now, you know, you could do that too. You can get so good at the hunting horn that you only ever buff when the monster's knocked down. But I'm just saying it would be more fun for casual play if you could reset the buffs in the middle of the actual fight, you know, when the monster's actually active. Alright, he's hurt. He can be captured now. I'd like to spark his interest and help him get better at Lance. I consider myself already pretty good at Lance, by the way. So a lot of people who disagreed with my point of views on the Lance were just like, get good with Lance. Lance is one of my most played weapons, okay? It's not like I don't know how to use Lance. I've been playing Lance for a long time. You just don't know how to play. No, you just disagree with my point of view. And so your assumption must be that I'm bad at the Lance. You could say I'm bad at the game overall if you want even. You can say like, oh, you suck at Monster Hunter. There we go. He's captured. You could say I'm bad at the game overall if you want. But the Lance is one of my most played weapons. I do know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Lance. It is fine to disagree with my point of view on it, though. I just don't think the Lance is very good at defense. For all the reasons we've spoken about ad nauseum many times. Nobody wants to put them in the hours on a hunting horn. I'm the greatest player on Monster Hunter World. Oh my god, Prince of Falls is the best player in Monster Hunter World. Thank you for joining the stream. Well, it says, you guess our mods. Don't fucking try to start crap in the chat. What? You guess our mods. Are you good at sticky, though? That's right, I'm good at sticky. Second that Prince. What? These mods use a lame-ass Karen joke. What do you guys better not be attacking the mods. That's not a good move. Hashtag toppled. It was a good ending for him, for sure. Yeah. Actually, it was nice because it generated more pieces for him. Alright, well, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and jump back here. We're going to jump back to Celiana. Let's jump back to Celiana. We'll go to the Gathering Hub. Grab all these. Poison coat. I play a lot of Lance and have very little issue with it. My main issue is that there's too much pushback from certain monster attacks, even with Guard 5. Yeah, man, you can put on all guard 5, and it's like the most powerful moves. Like for example, Glaive's got those really stamina damaging moves with like her fire breath, and it just sends you flying, and it chews up all your stamina, and it just puts you at risk. What's wrong with attacking mods? Bullying people is fun. Sticky is hard. That's true. Sticky is pretty hard. Sticky comes after Hente. What? Can you recommend a good build on light bowgun? Well, it depends on what you're fighting, but if you're looking for a general build, I think for general damage, the most common build is going to be the Aqua Shot sticky ammo build. So you will build the Aqua Shot bowgun for attack up on the augments, and I think you do one recoil. Do you do one recoil? I'm trying to remember. And then you also do one, for your awakened abilities, you do one level of the Zor Magdaros. And then, is it the Zora or is it the Nargacuga? I'm trying to remember. No, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it's for Nargacuga. You do one level for Nargacuga. Then you wear 2-piece of the Narga set, right? 2-piece of the Narga set, 3-piece of the Zor Magdaros set. That's what you do. And that unlocks the explosive damage secret. What is it called? Artillery secret? Yeah, artillery secret. And then you would just build your usual... do you build elemental ammo up? No, you don't. So the free element ammo up on the Aqua Shot sticky ammo bowgun build, people tend to skip building that, and then they just do the evade reload, which I can't stand evade reload. So I think when I build it, I do end up building the free element ammo up, and then I take, rather than the evade reload, I actually do build the reload mod. There we go. Yeah, I don't like the evade reload. I don't know what to say. All right, so what was I doing? Oh, right, we were augmenting. Let's get back to augmentation. So this is extra slots. Let's go ahead and get out of this. Extra thoughts. Extra slots 3 requires tempered dragon hold, which I'm pretty sure comes from Stygian Zinogre. Oops, how did I do that? I didn't know you could do that. So used to playing with the paddles here. Weird. How do we... There we go, wish list. That's what it is. Alright, and then what we do is we go into the wish list. There we go. This is the part I was messing up. And then we can check materials that way. We got it. Stygian's an ogre. So we need to go back and fight Stygian. And this time we're going to throw Geologist into the build so that we actually get double rewards. Vitality, Challenger, Vitality Expert, Sonorous. If I had to give something up, I'd probably give up Satiated Evasion. So we're going to get Geologist in here. We need Geologist. Alright, we've picked up Geologist. And now, let's head out to the Guiding Lands. So let's see what you guys are saying. Charge Blade is great, but probably the steepest learning curve. It is challenging. Yeah, I think it's because Charge Blade doesn't... it's got some interesting moves that sometimes you have to make like a discerning decision between which ones to use. And they're all in motion, you know what I mean? Cholesterol lurks in the hearts of men. That's right. I'm not a mod, I'm God. Well, I wouldn't say that. King Katura says, I don't think drop rates are any different. Try joining optional master rank quests that you don't have done. Mods are more entertaining than Lance. What? Mods taking over chat because guess they should get a raise. Lao Shang Krung says, you claim to be a good player, but you pack your builds full of defense. Yeah, I actually prefer defense. Yeah. A lot of content creators for Monster Hunter tell you that you should take 100% of the extra skill slots on your build and put them towards damage. And I have a different perspective. I think that If there's some really high value defense skills, I would prefer to have health boost and that defense skill and then damage. So essentially what I end up giving up is maybe attack boost slots, and I give up peak performance slots. The majority of the time I'm capable of building full agitator, crit boost, weakness exploiting, crit eye. In this case, on this particular build on the hunting horn, I'd probably also have given up agitator if I had to guess, because I went with the wide range setup. So this is a support build for my teammates. But yeah, you will generally not see me skip Divine Blessing Secret because I consider it too good to be skipping for basically like peak performance or attack boost. Brendan says, I always default to my Insight Glaive because it feels like it can cheese most monsters. It helps make up for inexperience in fights for me. Alright, let's go ahead and have our meal. I was just going to eat a meat platter. I don't know why I used to. And let's go ahead and lure out the monster. Stygian Zinogre, the Tundra region. Damage does work, but I was stuck until I tried your defense build, and it allowed me to run through everything until I needed the Tigrex food build, which was a while. Glad to hear that, King. And that's another thing that a lot of people who are very critical over builds, they don't appreciate the fact that, not only does defense actually feel good and allow you to play more comfortably, but some people actually really do benefit from knowing how to make use of defense while they're still learning the game and still learning a lot about how to play their particular weapon. Like, let's say you're really good at using, I'll just use an example, the heavy bowgun, and now you're jumping over to a very different type of weapon, let's say the longsword. It's going to take you a little while to really get a hang of the longsword, so kind of understanding what defense is best to throw on your longsword build until you've had some practice makes the game feel a little more, you know what I mean, a little more amenable. Is that the right word? Not amenable, amicable? Oh, I don't know what the word I was trying to use there. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to go fight Stygian Zinogre. Can we get an amen for the Tigrex bonus? That 3-piece bonus is really hard to let go. Actually, let's take a look at my equipment information. So what you'll see on my equipment is that we're wearing Kulve Taroth's Fury, and Kulve Taroth's Fury is also capable of giving you free meal secret these days. I just want to point that out. So it's really not a bad set either if you're wanting to build free meal secret and speed eating together. In this case, you'll notice I don't have free meal secret 3, but notice I have Geologist 2 on the build. I had to build Horn Maestro as well. So if you were to drop those two things because maybe you were playing, let's say, the Hammer, or maybe you weren't building wide range, you would have plenty of room to finish it. And it's a great set for building it if you don't want to use the Tigrex set. Actually, I should stop and maybe do an analysis of Tigrex armor versus the Kulve Taroth armor. There we go. I'm trying to spit it out. Oops. Hold on. Alright. Let's go beat up on the Stygian Zinogre. Oh, and it's telling us to go this way. Where is he? Oh, that was weird. That was very confusing. There's both the Stygian Zinogre and a regular Zinogre on the map, so I thought that it was pulling me toward the other Zinogre while we were running toward the Tundra, which made no sense. And we'll drink that. And we'll have a hot drink. Brrr! Let's go ahead and get the buffs out. Let's do some corner hornering. It's just safer. Brrr! Don't do it. Soften his head real fast. Then we're going to go for the arms, I think. Wow, that move's so ridiculous looking. Imagine the monster's attack is literally just falling on his back. Why is this monster all into breakdancing? Boop. Alright, we got the fireproof mantle. Oh my god. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a mega potion. Yeah, I think the hunting horn actually does feel good. I would like to see a small damage buff and a change to the way the buffs come out on the weapon. I would just like to see them come out instantly. And they can still make it with the long recovery frames. I hate the fact that it takes so long for the buff to come out. God damn, dude, I can't even get close to this guy right now. Is he like tempered or something? I don't think he's tempered. Oh my god. This guy's wild, man. I feel like flashing him. I don't think I have flash pods. We should trap him. Wait. Here we go, null berries. I'm gonna try to keep using null berries for the team so that we can get our secondary attacks out. Brrr! Oh my god. Arch-tempered Stygian is an ogre. And all of his moves one-shot. He has 4x health. Sadly, that didn't throw him into the wall. Is he angry again now? Yeah, he's angry again now. Brrr. He even knocks me out of the sky when he's roaring. And I've been knocked up by the air. Alright, so here we go. Stygian's an ogre material. Tempered Dragon Hold. And he's moving. He's crazy. Let's go ahead and have our demon drug again. I don't know if we ate it at the beginning even. We're gonna have our demon powder. We're gonna have our might seed. Refresh our hot pepper probably at some point. I don't feel like I can get that close to him, to be honest. Ouch. I'm dead. Oh, I just rolled forward into it. Oh my god, I meant to roll to the side. Jesus. I don't feel like I can get that close to him. Oh, we have -12 versus dragon. That's got to be part of it. Jesus. This guy's like one-shotting and two-shotting. No, he definitely is one-shotting, though. Nobody's using traps. Let's get the traps. We're getting the traps out. Frick this guy. We need Thunderbug. Because he is wrecking us. Do I not have... Oh, there it is. That is Flashpot. Alright. I'm on my way. Let's run this way. Is there anyone in the session who has Tempered Raging and Tempered Stygian? Tempered Raging, Tempered Stygian. Shows your weapon. He said he's God. Why would God show up on Google? It's ridiculous. I did it for a while. I liked it because people died less and then they were in charge of healing themselves. What? How's it going, cheese? I don't have room for this. What can we give up? Alright. Oh, well, it didn't even turn into anything. Let me start off by getting these buffs out real fast. Get these heals out real fast. The Nullberry. Dude, this guy's ridiculous. I gotta get the hot drink going, but let's go ahead and set this down. There we go. Good. That's what you're supposed to do on a tough monster that can be captured, by the way. You're supposed to get those traps spammed on him. So we'll save the last one for capturing him. Get the hot drink on myself real fast. Oh, come on, man. He interrupted me in the middle of drinking. Good job, good job. That him KO'd? Yep. Alright, let's get this. Let's get all the drops real fast. How's it going, cheese? He says, hey, is this live? Nope. This is a pre-recording. Hey, is this live? I'm from Brazil. Let's look at this water moss. What console is this? Stygian Snugger, Stygian Snugger. You know, I better mine these up. I get a feeling that I don't have a lot of these bone piles from the Tundra region on the PlayStation anyways. It's just a feeling. I have a feeling I don't have a lot of this. Alright. And now let's go catch up to them. If you play the self-improvement song first, the encore animation is shorter. Yes, I'm aware of this, and that's because it's a 2-note song rather than like a 3 or 4-note song. It's really only an efficient shortcut when you actually need the self-improvement buff, in my opinion. Is he capturable? Nice job. Alright. Sweet. Benjamin's like, thumbs up. Can you check Mary's status? I could. Or I could keep playing Monster Hunter. Show us your weapon. This weapon is the Safajiva hunting horn, if I had to guess. I'm sure it is. He doesn't play Lance on PlayStation 4, that on his Xbox. I mean, we could play Lance. You guys want to play some Lance? Maybe I should be playing some Lance some more. Remove hair and we're all bald. That's true. Jesus Flores says, Safajiva? Who's that? Safajiva? Safajiva is the reason. Safajiva is the reason that I go to sleep crying at night. Hey, can I be the cheese economist? Nope, it's copyrighted. Show us your weapon usage. Okay, so my weapon usage for Lance on the Xbox is 553. Let's see if I've even used it on PlayStation. I think PlayStation's my youngest account. My oldest account is the Xbox with 553. Then it goes PC. I don't know the number of uses on PC. And I don't know if I've used it on the PlayStation, but this will be interesting. Let's find out. All right, we're going over to the we're going over to the guild card. So it looks like on the PlayStation, I've mostly only used the longsword. You guys probably remember that when I was working on this character, I mostly only used longsword. What's interesting is the hammers actually totally caught up to the longsword at this point. So I must really like the hammer. Also, I find it surprising that we have 130 horn rounds because I thought that I've been avoiding the hunting horn, but apparently I've not. We've also apparently used the light bow gun a decent amount, as well as the greatsword on our PlayStation account. But yeah, the PlayStation account is my youngest account. The Xbox is the account that has the 553 Lance plays on it, and I'm sure I have some on the PC as well. I probably don't even have a Lance build on the PlayStation. Let's see. Maybe I do. I must if I have 5 rounds. But no. Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, I must have recently made it. What do I have it made out of? Golden Loon Helm, Brachydium Mail, Uragon Vambrace, Golden Loon Coil. Oh. Do I not have a guard up decoration? Is that why? Or was I making like a build that doesn't require guard up? Here, let's see. Oh, I do have guard up. I think I was just making a build that doesn't require the guard up decoration. Max says, Beta Lance users unite. What's up, TGC? How's it going? How's it going, Max? So I think this build was one I was putting together for Lance players who don't have a guard up decoration, and I wanted them to know how they could put a build together still. But let's go ahead and remove that real fast. What do we have again? We have Golden Loon Helm, Brachydium Mail, Golden Loon Coil, Brachydium Greaves. And what could we have done over here? Clove to Wrath Rage. This build is going to be lacking Master's Touch unless I were to drop Golden Loon Helm and Golden Loon Coil. I don't know if I want to, though. Let's see if we can keep it on. Because if I was playing Hammer, I would not have any problem with keeping that on. Let's go ahead and drop these. So we drop those off. We have the Challenger Charm. Let's drop this Fire Resist. I think that was for fighting Clove to Wrath. What's our sharpness look like? Okay, there's our sharpness. Let's go to set decorations. What's our affinity look like? We're at 25%. Actually, hold on. Yes, 25. So we probably want to build Crit Eye, which would be very easy for us because we have a bunch of these expert decorations. And then we're going to finish off probably Guard. I guess I'll go looking for Guard. There's Guard up. Where is it? Here it is. We got Iron Wall Attack, Iron Wall Handicraft, Iron Wall Evasion, and then Small Decoration Iron Wall. So we'll probably build Small Decoration Iron Wall here. And I think we'll stop at 3 Guard. And then that leaves us with the need for Guard up. Let's remove Critical Jewel. Replace that with Shield. And then let's see what options we have for Crit. Let's see if we have anything. Yeah, we do. So we have Crit Maintenance, Crit Protection. I think we need Crit Protection actually. So let's remove Guardian. Place that there. Let's see what we have for Guardian. See what I'm doing here? Let's check Offensive Guard. We got Offensive. Oh, here we go. Guardian Expert. Perfect. So there we go. So Crit Eye 7, Agitator 7, Divine Blessing, Crit Boost, Health Boost, Weakness Exploit, Guard 3, Guard up, Offensive Guard 1. And what we're missing is Master's Touch. Instead of Master's Touch, we end up picking up Divine Blessing Secret, which I prefer. Because you can increase your damage by never having to sharpen, but I don't worry too much about it. I just don't worry about getting that little bit of extra damage. We got Fireproof Mantle. Let's see if I have a better mantle. Oops, come on now. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't have Rocksteady yet on my PlayStation account. We can run Glider Mantle, which is a pretty good option. We could finish Offensive Guard with the Glider Mantle, or we could put out the Health Booster for everyone. I think I'm going to do the Health Booster, honestly. Let's set decoration. Yeah, set decoration. We're all done setting decoration. I'm going to do Health Booster just because we always play multiplayer. And we're going to run over here back to Lance. Alright. So that's our build. I think it's a very reasonable build. We're not able to finish Offensive Guard. We're not able to finish Guard. But we've got Divine Blessing Secret. Yeah, let's go ahead and start. Alright, and let's find out what it would take to augment this weapon, and that's what we'll decide to work on. What are your thoughts on the Horizon Zero Dawn Light Bowgun? It's really good, but it's exclusive to the PlayStation. Alright, let's go ahead and choose Augment. And by the way, we should probably be augmenting this. So we have the health regen on it. Sweet. Oh, we don't have everything we need for more health regen. So we would need a Guiding Volcanic Dragon Bone, Tempered Blast Scale, and Tempered Silver Scale. Okay, so why don't we focus on getting all of those things? Actually, what do we need for the attack increase? Bloodstained Ebonhide. Is that Devil Joe? It's probably Devil Joe. Also, let's get a better layered weapon here. Let's put on the Arshan set first. Let's choose layered armor settings. Arshan. Okay. Now I look like Samus or something. And let's choose augment equipment. We're going to choose layered weapon. I wish they'd let you preview it. That's ugly. Sophagiva Unique. Falcana. Shari Ishvalda. I like Shari Ishvalda's weapon designs. They were all really nice, weren't they? Tower of Babel. Workshop Weaponry. That's from the older games. Oh, are we out of the Meldspar ore now? Interesting. So I'm just going to use the regular iron lance because it looks very normal. Jump back over here. Also, can we... Let's do layered armor settings. Can we not change the colors? Here we go. Change the colors. Oh, god damn it. It doesn't change all of the colors, does it? It just changes the color inside. No, that's a bummer. Alright. Tell you what, let's just join anyone's match and help them out for one, because we've already done 2 for me. Join quest. We got investigations. Hunt Silver Rathalos. We'll do it. Manage items. Let's go ahead and refresh the items. Hey GC, TO3 and 2 Garuga, a good build. 2 Garuga. Why would you want 2 Garuga? I know the Garuga legs are good. Is there a benefit to having 2 pieces of the Garuga set? I'm trying to remember what the Garuga set bonuses were. I know the Garuga legs are highly efficient, but you're better off bringing 2 pieces of the Bracadillo set for Agitator Secret in most cases. So I would go Bracadillo set. I thought it said communist first time looking at his name. TGC. Should I just... I could change the name, by the way, to like Gameconomist. I've been thinking about doing that, dropping the at the beginning, because it's like, it's too much, you know what I mean? How do you get Arshan Layered Armor? You get the Arshan Layered Armor by fighting Arch-Tempered Namio. S says Garuga has no set bonuses. Ah, well that would be why I couldn't remember. Because there's nothing to remember. Yeah, I would do 2-piece Bracadillos and pick up the Agitator Secret bonus. Why do people report their investigation after every monster kill? I have no clue, actually. Did we forget to eat? We forget to eat. I do this all the time. Oh my god. And that's how good I am at the list. The moment I join, the monster's dead. I didn't even have to move a finger. Incredible. Reminds of Facebook. Drop the. It resets the encounter so you don't lose rewards. The Ashes of Economist. A dream of peace twisted into a nightmare of death. What? Now all we need is the ability to change the color on the weapon skins. Also the ability to upload your own weapon skins. Rakusaka says, did you see my latest card pulled on Discord? Oh, I did not. Let's go look at it. I'm curious. I am curious. And you know, I should probably have you know, for people who are making donations during the main live stream on the main channel, I should probably have that Vault Fund up so we can work on the Vault Fund. I can, you know, shift the number down when donations are made. Let's see. Let's jump over to Rocket Hideout. Whoa, I got all the rewards too. You guys must have been railing on him. Let's see. Blaze Jewel. Destroyer. Destroy it! Alright, very cool. Alright, I'm going over to the latest pulls. Are you ready? You pulled... Where'd you go? Oh my god! Pull some nice GXs. It's pretty cool. You know what I did the other night, Rakusaga? I got into I got my PSA cards, brought them home, and I've got them all sorted out. So I have them with me today, and I was thinking about showing them off again. TGC too good at the game. That's right. All right. Let's try this again. Monster's dead the moment I join. I would join this. What is this? That's an event. I really need that event necessarily. Here's code red. That's from the tell you what, let's go back into the guiding lands. People were joining guiding lands. There's some good guiding land rewards to get out there, and I got all the locations unlocked, so why not? In fact, there's Silver Rathalos. Let's see if he's tempered. I think we need him. Rakusagai says, show them PSAs. Man, I got a lot of PSAs. I was picking up my box of PSAs. I'm like, whoa, this is heavy. I'd forgotten how many I had. Mary said, by their blessing, by the stars and light. What the... Raging Bat says, they see the lance and die of laughter. Alex says, I am the only true God. The others are blasphemers. That's how all religion goes, isn't it? This is the one true God, and all of his rules are the correct rules. And if you don't follow them, you're going to get in trouble. The basis of all religion. Also, God chose me to implement the rules over you. So I speak for him. Rogue says TGC sounds better than GC. Keep the. Maybe I'll have a poll, because I've been thinking about it. Gameconomist versus TheGameconomist. I like the idea of having a shorter name. How's it going, Brashogun? What is your favorite monster to fight? This one. Is Mary still alright in the head? Mary's getting ready to work on her latest animu. She's a manga artist. Head TO, arms, waist, legs, braggy vest. This is my build. Is it good? So you're saying TO, arms are TO, waist is TO, legs are braggy. Yep, that's a pretty standard build, Platypus. What you're talking about there is a very standard Master's Touch Agitator Secret build that you will see many players using. And it's a great build. It does a lot of damage, and it makes it so that you don't have to resharpen your weapon. And this allows you to keep attacking without stopping to sharpen. So that's a pretty standard build. For me personally, when it comes to choosing between having to resharpen my weapon fewer times and having Divine Blessing Secret, I end up choosing Divine Blessing Secret. I just think it offers more. But that's just me. People can build however they want, honestly. Let's lure out a monster. Let's see. Can we not lure out Brute Tigrex? Let's lure out Brute Tigrex. I want to be able to craft that Brute Tigrex hunting horn skin. Reku Sagai says, nice birthday today because you sent my Espeon for grading. Oh, right. Dude, to be honest, the PSA box that I just shipped out probably valued around $10,000 with everyone's cards in it. I would wager it's scary even to hold it in your hands and just be like, wow, this box probably worth $10,000. Because the box had almost 300 cards in it, almost all of them vintage. There was some modern as well, but mostly vintage. And it included a submission of extremely rare cards like your Espeon, but also like the Zamazentas, the Zacians. There was Blaine's Charizard. I'm trying to remember everything that was in it. There was a bunch of really rare shit in it. Oh, the Expedition cards were in there. So the Expedition cards have been submitted in those last two submissions that I updated. But those last two submissions were also being sent out with the JC submission. So it was a total of 3 submissions. And all the cards in that box, if you consider them, let's say, grade worthy of a 9 or a 10, the value of the box was probably close to about $10,000. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's a lot of money. About $10,000 of cards, if I had to guess. Especially if they grade well. If the cards all get 10s and a few 9s, it's a very expensive box. So who did I lure out? I lured out somebody. Oh, Brute Tigrex. Let's go find him. In Pokemon, you can get gods in little balls and make them fight toddlers with Caterpillar. Kitty, what are you doing? My cat just jumped up on the couch and now she's cleaning herself and scratching me. My cat likes me so much. I should do cat cam. Lau says, Lance is the slowest speedrun weapon. The weapon just didn't scale well for damage. That's it. Let's see. Where are we going? Oh, right. We're going down. Thought he'd be down here, maybe. I guess he's not in this area. He must be... Oh, he is in this area. Put this on real fast. Boink! Oh, you know what? I did not think this through because I'm on the wrong side of him. What the hell? Because Counterclaw doesn't get to work on anything except for physical attacks. I don't know why they made it that way. It's not like the Counterclaw does a ton of damage. It does very low damage. It does like basically the damage of the Clutch Claw, but they're still like, you know what? We don't want this to be OP. We're gonna have to nerf this. You know what I mean? Look at that. I successfully used a Counterclaw and I fell off because I clawed onto a part of Brute Tigrex' body that one of my teammates was already on. So once again, I just kind of wasted my time when I used that. I don't know why that triggered my Temporal Mantle. Let's go ahead and put down this health booster for my teammates now. Grab this Brute Tigrex material. Oh no! Look at this. So unlike the longsword, the lance does not have built-in flinch free. It doesn't get built-in Mind's Eye. Oh, and there we go. So the counterattack activated, but look, I still got hit by its next move. See how frustrating that is? Hey, it's a counterattack weapon. It's like, sure it is. So just like earlier when the Temporal Mantle activated, right? The Temporal Mantle activated right after a counterattack. Why did that happen? Maybe it's because monsters can attack multiple times, activating the counterattack and then quickly, you know, punishing you for your move. This right here is also, so look at the position we're in right here. So we made one mistake and Divine Blessing did not activate. We back hopped into a Roar. And you'll see how much health is missing, and you'll see that we're below half health. Now this is part of playing with the lance that I find so dangerous. You have to sheath, and then you have to heal, right? Well, other weapons sheath faster, and because of that, they're able to reach the heal sooner. So when you begin your sheath, you're in a locked-in animation during the sheath. And with other weapons, you can quickly sheath and quickly heal. But sometimes you can make, wow, look at him. He still hit us behind even though I was holding the guard button. He hit us from behind because you don't get coverage from behind with the shield. And sometimes you'll have moves like, big physical moves like from Tigrex that will hit you from behind even if you're guarding. Trying to turn around with the power guard. Oh, counterattack didn't even land. I promise you with the longsword, if I was using Foresight Slash, it would have landed. Oh, that was stupid of me. I shouldn't have tried to counterclaw that move. Here I am having weaker health regen than other weapons. So I'm at a point where I'm missing some health, right? And I need to work that health bar back up. But you'll notice each time I poke them, we're not actually doing a lot of damage. It's a counterclaw not landing. But yeah, you'll see that we don't actually recover a lot of health from our lance, which is a pity because if I was using hammer, or let's say I was using longsword, or let's say I was using the greatsword, I actually would recover more health, and that just comes down to damage. So most of the people who didn't like my lance video agreed that the lance is actually dealing less damage than the other weapons, right? And that's probably, oh look at that, I'm getting interrupted again. Because you have no built-in flinch free on your basic move like the longsword does, the greatsword does, the hammer has it. The hammer has it, once you have one level of charge on your hammer, you have built-in flinch free. But the lance players don't get that for some reason. It doesn't make sense why not. It's not like the lance does an especially large amount of damage. The developers just decided, you know what, don't give it to lance players, they don't need it. That's what happened. I don't know why they decided no special built-in mind's eye or flinch free for the lance, but they decided that. But also no built-in, guard, no built-in guard up. Well, except for with the power guard. But you all know that. Look, there it is. It activates when your stamina's already halfway gone. So this is, check it out. This is guard up activating on the power guard. For those who don't understand lance, here it is. Right there. See that? See how the lance, you had to hold it into the power guard position for a while, and then it lit up. That's when the guard up activates. And that's way too much time, first of all, when it comes to making a snap decision. You want the guard up to activate the moment you hit the guard button or the moment you hit the counterattack button. You want it to activate. But not only that, look how much stamina is missing by the time it activates. About half stamina. So if you're guarding a really powerful move and you're already at half stamina, that's stupid. So that just doesn't fly with me. So you really do have to bring the guard up on your build, and I don't think anyone was disagreeing with that either. So you don't get built-in mind's eye, you don't get built-in flinch free, but you also don't get built-in guard, and you also don't get built-in guard up. And then you have to build offensive guard on this weapon just to do less damage than the other weapons. Just to still do less damage than them. So all of those issues are at the heart of my complaints for the lance and why I think it deserves a buff. Run over here. I thought he was going to attack me with a tail swipe. One, two, three. By the way, for those of you who want to know like what the optimal attack combo for the lances is, very simplistic. It's just the triple high thrust followed by the finishing thrust from a dash attack. If you don't have time to do the dash attack or you're in the wrong position, then you do a canceled counterattack. So it's not even a complicated weapon in that regard. So if you are needing to learn how to play the lance, it doesn't actually take a lot to play the lance. Some weapons like the charge blade actually are pretty complex. The lance is actually very simple, which is another reason why I think people don't prefer to play it. The lance is not a complicated weapon. It's just poke, 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 cancel attack. And that's the whole damage combo. Poke, 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 cancel. And then if the monster's knocked down, you'll do poke, 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 dash attack, finishing thrust. That's your whole attack combo. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's really not a lot else. The rest of it is just figuring out that the lance doesn't really counterattack very well, finding out the monster hits you from behind when you think you're safe during the guard. You're not that safe. There's that little, see, you got this little approaching move you can use that does almost no damage. You can see it hitting for 11 and 15. And presumably if I had one more level of attack on my awakened abilities, it would hit for 12 and 16. So that's what you end up seeing. You use this, it's doing like 11 and 15. So check it out. I'm gonna show this off. The lance is super mobile. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's 63 damage there on the tail. Maybe it would be like almost 90 on the tail if the tail was softened right. So this is it. This is the high mobility of the lance. It's actually not that mobile when it comes to strafing though, is it? And strafing is one of the most valuable things you can do in this game because it allows you to ignore an attack entirely rather than absorbing it or having to guard it. So it can't strafe, but it can have this little advancing guard attack that does very poor damage. And by the way, you can actually be punished in the middle of that move too, by the way. Here's what the lance does do good. Check it out. So after the dash attack has been active for a while, you get it to charge up. There we go. And now your weapon runs really fast. And that's actually pretty fun, but it's not that useful. It's not actually that useful to run really fast. So yeah, everyone's like, the lance is a mobile weapon because it does this. You know, most weapons have some form of an approach, right? Most weapons have an approach. That's not really that impressive. When I say the lance is not mobile, I'm talking about this right here. See how slow he walks? No strafing. This is not fast enough to outpace most attacks. So you could do this all the time, I guess. And then the dash attack, we've talked about this before in the training room. You'll see that there's this wind up to the dash attack. Check this out. See the wind up? Did you see it? It's right at the beginning of the move. And now you're just going a normal running speed, and then after a while it charges up, and then you start moving slightly faster than the running speed right there. So there's the charge up. So I don't consider lance that mobile. And the worst part about the dash attack is you can't like stop it. So let me show you. I've shown everyone this before, but I want to make my point again. When you're a weapon with the fast sheath time, you just put your weapon away and you go into this mode, right? You just walk in. And by the way, this is incredible right here. You see this? You just dodge everything when you can run. Very easy. Well, let's say we were just running forward with the normal weapon rather than using the dash attack. Here's what's happening. You run forward and then you stop. And then you run forward and then you stop. And then you run forward and you run to the side. And those are things you can't do with the dash attack, and it's really important because being able to stop and turn to the left and turn to the right, or do a figure eight, this allows you to do something that I call outspacing the monster's attacks. Since you can't do that during the dash attack, you have to use finishing thrust, or you have to end the dash attack in a guard. And the guard has this big, watch this, when you guard, look at that whole animation for the guard. So you have this wind up, and then you have this slide too. And it's just so much lost time just to get close enough to the monster to do this. Poke, poke, poke for less damage than most weapons. It's something that I think that deserves a buff, basically. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I hate the lance. I've played the lance quite a bit myself. I'm just saying it could use a buff. That's all I'm saying. And players hate the idea that the lance is a defensive weapon. But I mean, look at my build. I got to have guard up. I got to have offensive guard, which I can barely even afford here. And I got to have guard as well. And it's all these extra skills that stop me from adding other actually defensive skills. Like I've talked about this before. Fortitude, maybe fire defense. Fire defense is really good. The elemental defense skills are great at reducing damage. Heroics is actually kind of legit. Gives you damage reduction. Well, does it give you damage reduction? It gives you more defense, but also it raises your offense, which is useful too. When you're low on health and you get that heroics to proc, that's going to affect your health regen and going to make it so that you can stagger the monster more easily. But the health, reducing the amount of damage you're taking is a key part of being able to survive, let's say, 3 attacks rather than 2 attacks. So anyways, the last thing about that dash attack is the finishing thrust just takes so long before you can guard again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get out there and try for yourself. Use a dash attack, go into the finishing thrust, and then click the guard button repeatedly until you can see when you can guard again, because it's not good. See that? You have to go through the entire recovery animation before you can guard again. There it goes, see? Finally right at the end. That's very bad. Very easy to punish. If you use that at the wrong time, the monster can punish you very easily. Monster Underworld Ice B says, what about Gunlance? Is it much better? It absolutely is better for multiple reasons. Number one, the Gunlance is doing more damage, which means the Gunlance isn't just killing the monster faster, it heals faster. So it's out healing the lance. Number two, when you build on the Gunlance, you just build for artillery. So you end up with additional skill slots that the lance doesn't have room for you to just build like those extra defensive skills I was mentioning. Number three, if you want to talk about long shelling gun lance, it actually has more range on its attacks than the lance as well, which means you can attack a monster from a further range. Okay, so you can be further away from the monster, which makes you safer. Number four, another issue with the gun lance is what was I going to say for number 4? I'm trying. Oh, right. The explosive hit zone values mean that you don't ever really have to use the counter claw, the clutch claw, if you don't want to. So using the clutch claw in the game is always actually kind of risky. For example, imagine trying to soften up Furious Rei Zhang, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Monsters reach a point where if their attack comes out fast enough and often enough, you really can't soften up a monster unless you're running Temporal Mantle or the monster's incapacitated, which is sad to give up sad to give up a knockdown just for softening, right? So anyways, the gun lance doesn't even have to worry about it because it's an explosive damage weapon. You just use your shells on the monster. So the gun lance has all these advantages, no additional weaknesses, and it has more room on the build for defense anyways. All right, let's jump back here. Greatsword is a better lance than the lance. That's right. I feel that with the damage up and less lag between moves would make the lance much better and more fun to play. I don't know if the weapon needs less lag, but an improvement to damage would be good. And I'm asking for the lance to have true guard up actually built into the weapon. You know what I mean? So I was talking about how you can get guard up on the power guard, but we all know it's bad. Like everyone who plays lance long enough knows that is inadequate because of this. Watch. So you have to power guard, you have to wait for power guard to be active for a while, and then guard up comes out. So we were showing this earlier, right there. You're already halfway out of stamina by the time guard up is active, and it took so long the monster's move might have landed on you. So not just that either, but like you can only continue to use it for a while. So like if you're anticipating the move at the wrong time, if you time this wrong, you're just going to run out of stamina. See? Oh, you're out of stamina and the guard's over. Whereas if you have guard up, you can just hold this and walk forward. And when you're walking forward with the lance, you actually continually regenerate stamina. So this is way better for the usage of guard up, this situation here, than being stuck in the power guard, which generally the power guard is used to reposition. So you will use power guard on some powerful attacks, but actually you will use it to do this. Throw the lance behind you or something like that, right? It helps you turn around while guarding. Lex says, I thought you had to play Monster Hunter because TGC brainwashed your ass and were cursing at him. What? Lance is a weapon that annoys me when I play with it. I prefer and enjoy the gun lance. More to it than just poking. Oh yeah, you ever see this counter poke? Counter thrust? You know, this move is the actual reason I ended up using the lance. All the way back when I was getting into Monster Hunter, I had just finished playing an enormous amount of Dark Souls, and I loved pokey weapons in Dark Souls where you could play behind shields and do this. Right? For PvP, it was really advanced being able to do that. It was a huge advantage. And I saw that the lance could do this in the game, and I had no understanding of Monster Hunter at all. But I saw that it could do this, and I'm like, alright, I'm playing with the lance. Anthony says, how about weapon popularity video? You're right, Anthony. We need to get a new one of those out soon. Okay, I'm scheduling it right now. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Alright, so weapon popularity video is scheduled to be made. I'll try to make it this week. Maybe what we'll do tomorrow is I'll skip my Monster Hunter stream and I'll focus on getting the weapon popularity video made instead, okay? But yeah, it is time. You're still talking about the lance? Wow, dude, talk about something else. How's it going, Superstar Titus? I wasn't originally talking about it. There were people who came into the comment section and they were like, oh, you need to use the lance, and oh, you don't know how to use the lance. And so I figured today we'll play some lance because might as well play some lance today. Lex says it was directed to King Katura. He was rather pissed off because of you. I don't know why though. A lot of people are mad because I said that the lance isn't a good defensive weapon, and this basically is I think is very threatening for them to hear something like that. But I think it's actually accurate. What was your first Monster Hunter game? This was actually my first Monster Hunter game. Why can't the lance have a heavy slam like the gun lance? It doesn't make sense. It's basically the same weapon. Yeah. I think that Capcom had an opportunity with the lance to include a new attack, and I think what they really should have done is something that no other weapon does, they should have had the lance use the shield as an attack, right? So the gun lance doesn't really have this. The sword and shield has I guess the sword and shield has a shield bash. So yeah, I guess that would be fair to say, but you don't really think about it too much. Also with perfect rush, yeah, you're using more like the sword with perfect rush. Just maybe like a really powerful shield attack with the lance. You know how we got like counter claw? What if it was like counter shield, and the way it worked is just like the lance's regular counter attack, but instead you smack with the shield for very high damage and very high KO damage. However, it has very short range to balance it, right? That would have been really cool, I think, because if you're a smart lance player and you understand where the monster's head at, you will be tempted to use counter shield. Instead, lance players were given counter claw, which is just a clutch claw attack. And it's just like, God friggin' damn it. I've already got a clutch claw attack. I don't need it. I've already got one. So those are my, and I don't know why is counter claw so weak, dude? Why is counter claw doesn't activate on roars? It doesn't activate on, here, let's help this guy out. It doesn't activate on roars. It doesn't activate on elemental moves. It's so frustrating. I don't know why they feel that we have to keep it balanced by making sure it only works on a few moves and that it's just a regular clutch claw. It's like, Wellick says, give the lance a shield recoil attack. What shield bash? It has a poke, slap, and a dash. That's it. Gun Lance was too imbalanced in older games. Lance was almost the same. When they nerfed Gun Lance, Lance got affected, unfortunately. Oh, interesting. Okay. Give the shield for the Lance a gauge that builds up from blocking, then you unleash it. Hey, actually, Jay Rizzle, that was one of my older ideas. This was a subject I talked about before, and I talked about cool ideas they could do with the Lance. And that was one idea where you kind of build up sort of like a revenge move on the shield. The other idea I had for the shield was that maybe the counterattack could be based off of how powerful the monster's incoming attack is. Something like that. Counter shield bash for massive KO would be cool. Weapons wish they had hammer clutch claw attack. How's it going, Stephen Oakley? It's a tank weapon, nothing more to it. See, I don't agree with that. I don't think that the lance is actually good at tanking. I think other weapons are better at tanking. The heavy bowgun is a better tank weapon than the lance. It's a Pokemon, literally. Both had auto guard, and the guard was too powerful. Lance also has sweeping attacks to deal with small monsters. Well, to be fair, most weapons have a sweeping move that is most effective versus small monsters. That lance sweep, smack! It's one of the reasons why I like the Ancient Leshen so much, by the way. He really mixed up the experience you had with the game. He's a great fight. Oh snap, he's dead by the time I join. Can you use the bow, please? That is possible. It is possible for me to use the bow, but I don't know if I will. How do you get the final ingredient for Feline Lucky Cat? No clue. But if you play in a session full of people, somebody will probably have it. Long shelling gun lance is the safest weapon in the game. What defense go? Want defense go long shelling? I actually agree with Cosmic here. I think that probably very likely is the safest, most defensive build in the game is a gun lance build. Kenneth said, never tried Ancient Leshen because the original Leshen was too stressful while keeping Pukey alive. It's a very different fight, Kenneth, because you have 4 people playing. And the Ancient Leshen, he's more damaging, and he's got the Bird Bomb, which is awesome. But you don't have to worry about keeping Puke alive, and you can actually bring your best builds in with you. So if you've never fought Ancient Leshen, you should really go give him a try. He's a lot of fun. Jay Rizzle says, Ma'am, I think some weapons need some moves that hit more than once, like the Charge Axe state for the Charge Blade. Charge Axe state? I thought the Charge Blade Axe does hit more than once. Let's see, what do we got? Hunt Silver Rathalos. I'll join that. Hammer homies. Hammer is a big favorite of mine. I think that the hammer and the greatsword are two of the most fun-feeling melee weapons. They really do a great job fulfilling the sort of chunky damage role. And then I think dual blades is better in terms of like the whole like fast attacking sort of. So I think dual blades is well designed. I think that sword and shield's in a better place than it used to be. Switch axe has definitely grown on me. It's kind of an odd weapon, but eventually you start to get a feel for it. Charge blade is satisfying because it does a lot of damage. It's defensive and is a complicated weapon to learn. Yeah, I think Charge blade's a really distinct weapon for Monster Hunter that you don't find in other games. The longsword is great because it's an actual counterattack weapon. That's what the longsword is. It's a counterattack weapon. Moises, he says, play with the gun lance. Ooh, let's do a gun lance round. However, let's finish this round with the lance first, and then we'll swap over to the gun lance. Jay Rezel says it does. I was saying some weapons need some moves like that. Oh, I got you. Alright, for the last time, stop brainwashing me to watch your video. I need to play with Monster Hunter. I've been dreaming about it. What? Gotta play some Monster Hunter? Good recommendation. Hey, is there any tip how hunt monster quick? Because every hunting, I always waste time above 20 minutes. I use Safajiva Longsword. So Rizki, being able to get your hunts down is all about a few things. It's about getting your damage output up. And improving your damage output is kind of a combination of two things. It's your build. So if you want more damage on your build, you often need to go like Master's Touch, Agitator 7, that'd be Agitator Secret. You need Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit, Crit Eye. And then usually you have a little bit of room left for some more damage, and depending on which weapon you have, you'll take either Attack Boost or you'll take Peak Performance. But if you're using something like Greatsword, you're going to want to bring the skill that, like Focus, that increases the damage on the Greatsword. And honestly, you probably still have room for Attack Boost just because this game is starting to become... This game is starting to have so much room for everything in it. Building a little bit amount. But yeah, so your build needs to have more attack on it if you want to finish the fight sooner. Now the other side to finishing a fight sooner is, darn man, also understanding how to attack the monster more often without being interrupted. Yeah, so a great way to practice getting more damage up is to go fight the Behemoth, actually, because with the Behemoth he has really well telegraphed moves, meaning you know what he's going to do next. And you can practice getting your iframe down for your weapon, practicing your iframes, and learning to dodge through his attacks so that you learn to dodge through any monster's attacks, and this is what allows you to attack more often. So it's a combination of bringing your build quality up and at the same time learning to dodge more moves, you know what I mean? Also, there's the whole softening mechanic, that's pretty important too now. Using traps maybe. Ooh, he's mad. I didn't realize he wasn't. So you'll notice we went into a finishing thrust there because, again, if you want to do higher damage with the lance, it's triple thrust and then finishing thrust. Nice job. You'll notice I don't really actually dash attack very far. That's the other thing. So Lance never really needed to have dash. It never really needed the dash attack to take it a far distance. That's because you're usually fighting in a fairly small arena like this one. We're getting interrupted by the, I think that's sticky ammo. Counterclaw's not useful here with the drool. You just sheath your weapon and use your clutch claw like you normally would. Because obviously he doesn't attack you when, you know, when he does that, when he's drooling. So you have to be able to sheath or just use your counter claw by you push. Is it right? I think you push right trigger in, not right trigger, right joystick in order to cause it to arrive again. Because you have to do that on certain weapons, including the lance. Afraid we're not going to hit him because of our. Dude, we keep getting interrupted. You know, another thing I really couldn't stand them saying in that discussion on Reddit is that people kept claiming that the lance is like a extra aggressive weapon, but actually I consider all weapons to be equally aggressive. It's just a matter of running toward the monster and attacking him, you know, or like with these light bowguns, just constantly shooting. So I feel that all weapons are equally aggressive, and that some weapons happen to do more damage than others. So ironically, while they're calling the lance a super aggressive weapon, it's doing less damage than other weapons. Poking you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you so much. God, that was getting annoying. And he's gone. Nice job, guys. But yeah, when we talk about aggressiveness, you will sometimes hear them say Lance is very aggressive. It sticks to the monster. You can stick to the monster with any weapon. I mean, you're supposed to, honestly, you're supposed to. So you're playing sword and shield? Yeah, you're supposed to be right next to the monster. Playing dual blades? Yep. You're playing longsword? Yep. You're playing greatsword? Yep. All weapons stick to the monster if you're skilled. You're supposed to do that. All weapons are supposed to constantly attack. So then what do you mean by aggressive? You don't mean high damage, obviously, because everyone agrees that the lance doesn't do enough damage compared to the other weapon classes. Three Dog says, very passionate anti-lance. I'm not anti-lance. I just want a buff. That's all I want. And, you know, maybe all the talking about it will help Capcom hear that we would like to have a buff. Alright, here we are. Gobbler Expert, Drain, Guardian, Jumping Jewel, Bomber Attack, Crisis, Handicraft. Amnesia says, I think it's obvious how like in that fight you're forced to stand around and watch because it doesn't have as much mobility. Well, yeah, not just that, but the light bowguns have more range, obviously, so that's an advantage for flying monsters. Tim says, I would assume aggressive means Mora can just stand in front of the monster and guard point versus having to play toward the areas the monster moves don't hit. Yeah, I guess if you want to say that's aggressiveness, you can use the word aggressive that way, but to me it sounds to me more like all bark no bite. Okay, because if you're I guess guarding a lot, but you're not actually hurting the monster, then how do you call that aggressive? You know, it's like a short guy who's throwing out a lot of punches and he's not landing any of them and then saying, I'm super aggressive. It's like, maybe you are. But if you want to talk about aggressiveness in a way that means actually effective, then you find that the lance ends up doing less damage than all the other weapons, and all the weapons constantly attack. Bershogun says, I think the hammer was designed poorly in terms of playstyle. It's actually more mobile and faster hitting than quite a few other classes, which it had a greatsword moveset. Well, I think that's probably how they differentiate the hammer from the greatsword, is by making it more mobile but shorter range. And the hammer actually does have a move that is very immobile, the Big Bang. So if you're using Big Bang, the whole challenge is to get to the last swing where so much damage is. Like, that's the hardest hitting move, is at the end of Big Bang. And there's all these challenges in your ways to getting it out in time and not being interrupted while using it. All right. Let's grab the... I don't think I have any Gunlance builds, by the way, on this. Hold on, I don't think I have any Gunlance builds. Oh, put that away. Category... Gunlance. I don't. So let's see. Oh, look at this. This is perfect. It's already got Shelling Long 1 on it. Perfect. We're going to have to upgrade this before we can use it. TGC, what you want to do? I want to upgrade this Gunlance on my PlayStation, so we have a Gunlance build. Let's upgrade equipment. Ooh, I'm trying to remember what you take. Do you take sharpness increase? I think you do take sharpness increase, right? Shelling normal. I'm trying to remember all the things you take. I know that you do take a decoration slot for an upgrade. There's Oregon Ambition. That's kind of cool. Oops, hold on. Status effect, attack increase, Kushala to Aura Flight. Sharpness increase, defense increase. Third World Griming says the lance is for the laid back hunter. The kind of hunter that presses the block button to guard in the middle of the fight because he has to find his lighter to spark the weed. No, I wouldn't agree with that either, actually, because when you're guarding with the gun lance and you're fighting an actual, like, difficult monster, it actually does require stamina management. If you want to talk about the laziest weapon in the game, what would be the laziest weapon in the game? Actually, the laziest weapon in the game would still probably be the gun lance, because you can do the same thing. You can guard, but you can focus on hitting any part of the monster's body without having to worry about hit zone values, and you never have to soften the monster's body. So probably the ultimate lazy weapon would, once again, revert back to the gun lance rather than the lance. Trying to think any other really lazy weapons. Probably the other really lazy weapon would be the light bowgun with elemental ammo, and you just kind of strafe from a far distance constantly, and you just keep strafing, and the monster rarely hits you. Sharpness increase. I think we're just gonna start throwing on skills here because we need to start leveling it up soon. Like here, let's throw this on. It's going to increase our level. Yeah, sticky heavy bowgun's pretty lazy. Third World Griming says, I was just joking. I didn't know you were going to read what I wrote. I do try to read your comments. Sometimes I'm doing something that stops me from being able to read it. So the next slot really should be decoration slot, and then the final slot should be... Okay, there's Shelling Long 2. Perfect. Heavy bowgun is more lazy. Sticky ammo setup. What does normal, long, and wide do in gun lance? I forgot. I always use wide. So wide shelling... There's Nargacuga Essence. Wide shelling will... it'll have less range than the normal shells and the long shells, but it has like a wider range, literally. So it's like there's a bigger radius around the reach of the actual shot where it comes out of the nozzle. And then it will have a stronger... What's the name of the move? Wyvern Fire. It'll have a more powerful Wyvern Fire. And finally, it'll have a more powerful Worm Stake. Attack increase. What skill secrets would you like to see in the future? Oh, good question. I'm not sure. That one will require some creativity to come up with an answer to that one. Let's just start throwing stuff onto this because we're not getting what we're wanting here. So we're just going to keep leveling up the gun lance. The normal shelling, the way the normal shelling works, there will be a totally different attack combo you use with the normal shelling that you wouldn't use with the long shelling or wide shelling. And it's kind of like a combination of melee attacks and shelling attacks. But I'm not a big fan of normal shelling at all. I think normal shelling is probably the weakest option. God damn, it just... Hold on. Let's grab this Oregon ambition and put it down here. Not a fan of normal shelling at all. Maybe in the future they'll offer a really powerful normal shelling gun lance and I will start using it. The problem with normal shelling gun lance, I feel like you basically have to get lucky and you have to crowd control the monster to do well with it. Diablos ambition. Why aren't they giving us what we want here? Status effect up. Hey, there's Zora Magdaros Essence. Alright, we're good there. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's grab the slot upgrade now. I'm trying to remember, what's the last thing that we take on the gun lance? Is it just double sharpness increase? Maybe it was just double sharpness increase. You know what? I think it is double sharpness increase, now that I've had a second to think about it. You know, it's funny, I made the builds that I use on my Xbox so long ago, I actually forget how they were made. Yeah, I forget how they were made over time unless I stop and look at them. Shelling wide? Nah, we don't care for that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, there's slot upgrade 3, perfect. Now the weapon's awoken. Alright, we're gonna go for one more sharpness because we want double sharpness increase. God, this takes forever, man. Here it is. Oh, no, it's just fulfilling this. Hold on. That's not it. Yanni says, I don't think you need the slots. Right, but we're trying to get the best awakened abilities on the actual weapon. So because doing attack increase isn't really going to affect my shelling damage, you end up building for... Why would it give me sharpness increase? Oh, because I guess you could fill in a different one. You end up choosing other skills like sharpness increase, which allows you to keep shelling without ever having to sharpen, and as well as slot upgrade because that will increase the number of decorations you can bring on your build, which is useful as well. Just another way that the lance and the gun lance differ from each other, and in my opinion, is an advantage to the gun lance because the gun lance is already doing more damage than the lance, so it does more damage already, and it gets an extra slot. You see what I'm saying? Wellick says the build is used by gun lance speedrunners using long shelling. We'll see exactly. Here we go. Sharpness increase 6. Should we go with that? Is that? I guess we'll go with that. I never really used gun lance. That's a good point. Ah, gosh, man. I wish it would let me upgrade my other sharpness. Here it is. I think this is good enough. I think we'll stop here. Alright. That's good enough on the gun lance. Oh, also, let's augment it because so many gun lances are super ugly. What do we got for layered weapon options? So we have Guild Palace, Gajalaka. Ooh, Gajalaka. I like the way it looks. A lot of gun lances look pretty goofy. It's like they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. We need Melspar ore for more of the basic iron. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to make it look like the good old Kulve Taroth gun lance. That's why I used to use, remember? We used to use the, I don't know if you remember, but we would use the King gun lance. That's right, it was called the Tareth King, or what was it called? Gold King, I think it was something like that. So we'll do a Kulve Taroth skin for now. And now we got to put the build together. Ooh, I don't even know if we have the pieces of armor. I didn't even think of that. Let's see if we have the correct pieces of armor. So there's the Zora headgear. So we might be good. You would take the Damascus mail for focus. We have Brachydium braces, Artium braces. Oh, you'd bring 2 pieces of the Silver Rathalos armor set. Right. And that was for the slinger capacity. Really important. So the gun lance is this really unique weapon that benefits from slinger capacity of all things. You don't have to bring it, but it actually does increase your damage output by keeping the Wormstake Blast on the monster longer. So this will be under Silver Rathalos. Where's Silver Rathalos? Did we pass them? We might have passed them. Hold on. Here it is, Silver Soul. No, actually it says we have the whole set. Okay. Golden Loon braces. Here we are. Silver Soul braces. So my opinion on this is you could go for the slinger capacity secret, but I don't really feel like you have to. It just does help. Actually, I wonder, what would be the most efficient way to throw on? So let's run that. Let's see. So this is what? That's really efficient. Crit boost, which obviously you don't need. Oops. So these are almost equally efficient. I guess they're not technically, because Divine Blessing's not as... Divine Blessing is level 1 decorations, Focus is level 2 decorations. We're going to put on the Golden Loon mail there, and the Golden Loon coil here, and the Brachydium Greaves is going to turn into... We don't have it. Alright, Azora Magdros legs probably. Forge equipment. Armor. Raging Brachy. Where is it? It's easier to do on my Xbox account because I already have everything. Garuga Zora. Here we are, Zora. So I hadn't built the legs, I built the coil. So the alpha coil, okay. Flinch free, which we don't need. And earplugs on the legs. Well, We do not need the Garuga legs, and we do not need the Brachydios legs. Let's go ahead and fill in Zorospur's beta for now. And then what's the coil again? It's tremor resist on the coil. But I think the coil we're using is better. Yeah, it is. And for the arms, we're doing slinger capacity on the arms. So this is definitely more efficient there. Alright, I think that's what we'll end up having. So we're left with Divine Blessing 5, Artillery Secret, and Divine Blessing Secret are filled in. What we need to do now is fill in the rest of the skills as best as possible. Let's see what options we have for health boost. Let's see. Tremor, Flinch, Handicraft, Power, Part Breaker, Slugger, Latent Power, Agitator, Peak Performance. So I would prefer to fill in the health boost in the small decoration slots, like this. And I guess this. Health boost is full now. We do need guard up. Alright, so there's guard up. We do want guard 5. We don't need this agitator charm. We don't have the guard charm upgraded, unfortunately. Here it is, guard. Let's see if we can upgrade the guard charm at this point. We've probably made some progress in the game. Nope, we're missing an Uragon Pallium. So I need to fight Uragon. Actually, I don't need to fight Uragon. You know why? I'm just going to go craft an Uragon Pallium. Easy mode. Sorry if I'm not reading your comments at the moment, guys. Whenever I do any kind of building in this game, it requires more attention. We're going to choose meld items. Oh my god, stop. What do you guys think about body shaming as weapon option is the next monster hunter? What? You're just going to body shame the monsters into defeat? Alright, so we should be able to upgrade guard at this point. How about one more time? We need a research commission ticket plus. Alright, very good. And then we'll have guard 5 at that point. By the way, ooh, can we give ourselves health regen? Yes, we can. Very good. Might as well get this all taken care of right now. Alright, and we'll choose upgrade equipment. Yeah, might as well take care of all this stuff. Did you upgrade the legs you built? I have not upgraded anything. We're going to upgrade it all right here. How much of this does it take? 66? It's not too bad. Hunter used body shame. It was super effective. I would like to see a monster hunter with graphics better than Gen Ultimate, but not as much as World to do more with the world. What? Alright, so the defense is at 1,000. We have health boost, we have divine blessing, we have guard 4, guard up. Now we're going to try and build the rest of the skills. Let's go ahead and start working on that. Got artillery 2. Let's see what we can build for artillery. Darn. It's inconvenient that we don't have more artillery options with our giant decoration slots, so we're gonna have to fill this in like that. And now we're going to try and fill in what's next. Definitely capacity boost. There's our capacity boost. And now probably focus. Charge. 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 So focus is in. Capacity boost is in. We have Slinger Capacity, but not Slinger Capacity Secret this time, because I'm running Divine Blessing instead, which means I'm giving up some damage, basically. We've got Earplugs, which could probably be completed based on what I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and finish Earplugs. And the reason you might finish Earplugs, this is that you can just keep shooting the monster through when they roar. Alright. So we have Earplugs, Artillery, Divine Blessing, Guard, Health Boost, Focus, Slinger Capacity, Capacity Boost, Flinch Free, Guard Up. Alright, Monster Hunter experts, let me know what I messed up. Okay? Let me know what I messed up. We could give up Earplugs and we could go Evade Extender. We could give up Earplugs and we could take Fire Resist. We could give up Earplugs and take Stun Resist. So there's room on the build. There's wiggle room on the build right here. If we wanted wiggle room, we got it right here. Also, the fact that we don't have better Vitality decorations and we don't have better Artillery decorations is annoying. But that's just how it's going to be. Alright. We'll go ahead and save the build for now. I'll tell you what, we'll save it right here. There we go. Oops, come on now. Alright, there's our gun list. Why use focus on gun lance? You have artillery to get your weapon blast back quickly. There's no reason to use focus. Focus is used for charged shells. Zora Zora Silver, Nami Y. Really? Nami Y? Nami Y is used on a gun lance build now? Let me take a look real fast. Hold on. I did not even think about that. The new Nami armor set. Oh, okay. For the evade extender, huh? And recovery speed. That's definitely a temptation if you were going to build evade extender, which you don't have to, but it's definitely a comfort skill on the build. You have 2 decoration slots left over. I mean, I could do that if I shifted things around, but I really want the Divine Blessing skill to take priority, because I think the reason why it's so good is because it helps you avoid being two-shotted. It is odds-based, right? It's RNG-based, but the RNG is pretty good, actually. So Divine Blessing takes priority over Evade Extender, and I could actually just give up earplugs for Evade Extender if I really wanted to. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and queue up a fight, and then I'm going to go take a little tinkle, like a little fairy, like a little poofty. Actually, let's see if there's anyone to join. Slave, Ruiner, Nergi. How about, what can I post? Do I have any quests I can post that I haven't done, like optionals? Oh, in fact I do. Special Arena Bariath. Well, that's nothing. How about this? Divine Surge. Alright, we got it. Divine Surge. And I will be back. I'm going to go take my little Princess Tinkle. All right, I'm back. And you know what I realized? Kieran does not even have a roar. We're going to take the earplugs back off. He does not even have a roar. So we're going to go hard thunder resist. We're going to go hard water resist for Namiel. And how about... Do I have a paralysis resist? Give me a second. How about... jump attack. Have an anti-blast. Stream, bolt, paralyzer, hungerless, hard specimen, geology, intimidator. Sheath attack. I'm just looking at my options real fast. Stone thrower, sheath expert, slider expert, crisis expert, jumping expert. Alright, let's do... God, this is annoying. We'll just do recovery up. Alright, so we do a little recovery up. And we're going to head out. Sweet! Alright, you guys ready to see a little bit of Gunlance gameplay? Sinjin says, love your channel, sir. Just got back into Monster Hunter Iceborne, and your videos were the best out there. Thanks, man. Fat says, hunting horn with divine blessing secret, hit or miss. General Zero says, what is the idea of the room, and is there any space left? Well, we're about done with the live stream. The live stream's been going on for 2.5 hours, so I could give you the session ID, but I'm not sure I'll be around much longer. Ooh, we forgot to eat for Bombardier. I do have a Bombardier queued up right here. Ooh, wouldn't it be nicer if it was more like a... Oops, let's make a custom meal. From the veggie platters. Alright, so we're going with Elemental Resist Bombardier, and we're doing that because it will help us reduce our damage from Kieran and from Namiel. So we have over 20 water, over 20 thunder. Perfect. So Namiel and Kieran are not so much of a threat. When you have all this resistance to their elemental damage, it means no blights, and it just means maybe instead of being 2-shottable, now it requires 3 shots to kill you. So, and that goes a long way, actually. You'd be surprised. It goes a long way for getting killed. Grab this bright moss. Today I saw that expedition opening video. 2 Tyrannotars, nice pulls. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I just sent those off to PSA to be graded. Oops. We're going to go ahead and load this up. So I see sticky ammo out there, and my first thoughts are he's going to get KO'd. Wait. Oh yeah, he's got sticky ammo. Did it not work? That's too bad. There we go. And now we're going to stick this Wyvern Blast into him. Alright, and now we're going to get the bonus damage. And by the way, so is the guy using the sticky ammo. He's going to get that bonus. Wait, I wanted to do this. There we go. I don't know why. So he's mounted. And of course, what we could do to help is we could soften up his parts. Pick up that dragon pod. Bounce off of him, that's annoying. He's coming down. There he goes. So we're going to shoot Kieran in the butt. See, we're dealing tons of damage. We're also getting bonus damage from the other Gunlance player. Ow. You see, we're not hurting on the need for damage. Okay, so we're not playing the lance, but it's not like we're not getting our damage in. We're getting tons of damage. The changes to Gunlance were huge. Adding the Wyvern Blast and the fact that it works in multiplayer and everything. Because I only play multiplayer, right? So you guys know that anything that affects multiplayer is a big deal to me. I didn't know he was going down. That was a mistake. Oh wait, I don't have those shells. Hold on. You can see, despite not having a Evade Extender, despite not having a dash attack, it's not really such a big a deal, is it? And look, we do have an approach, just like the Lance does. The Lance is a super mobile weapon. It's like most weapons have enough mobility to get where they need to be. That's the truth. It's silly to call one weapon mobile when it's actually worse at mobility because it walks slow, and just because it has the dash attack and because it has an approach that most weapons already have. The dash attack is not as useful as you think it is. We are doing great damage here. He is getting wrecked right now. Let's grab this. Oh wait, we already have a dragon pod. Going crazy. Let's go ahead and sharpen. And we don't even have to sharpen, by the way. Blue sharpness will give you the same damage on your shelling as white sharpness. We should start looking into getting ready to replace the Wyvern Blast. But we have to see. Oh, he's KO'd again. You'll see that he's almost dead, actually. And he's gone. Nice job, everyone. Easy mode. Would you consider doing more Monster Hunter GU streams, perhaps hunt a Latreon? Yeah, we could probably do that. But take a look at the build again. So on the build, one of the things you'll notice is that right in the awakened abilities, we have the slot upgrade because we don't actually need like attack, attack, attack as our awakened abilities because we already get all of our attack from the shelling level. So you're ending up with this slot upgrade instead. And then over here on the build, you can see basically we have all the stuff we need very quickly with just artillery, focus, and magazine capacity. So those three skills give us pretty much all of our damage. What does that mean? Well, also slinger capacity. I'm sorry, slinger capacity as well. And what does that mean is after you're done building those, you have extra room for all this other stuff. Like notice this, we have 3 levels of water resist. We have 3 levels of thunder resist, right? And we're still able to build guard up and guard just like the lance. So I just feel that the fact that the gun lance is dealing more damage while also having more room on its build for actual defensive skills makes it better than defense at lance. And the question is, which weapon is the lance better at with defense? And I just kind of go down the list and it's like, none of them basically. I'd rather have the iframes on the sword and shield. I'd rather have the counterattack on the longsword. I'd rather have the range on the heavy bowgun, the sticky ammo on the shield, or on the heavy bowgun, and just basically every other weapon feels more defensive than the gun lance, and that's how I drew my conclusion. People act like, man, I'm insane. Oh, you don't know how to play the game. Oh, you haven't been playing the game for the last 4,000 hours. It's like, of course I've been playing the game I guess the level of toxicity was surprising. I didn't realize people were going to be that toxic. It's like, wow. But I guess that's how it is. It is the internet after all. I shouldn't be surprised by anything. I think people have a very sensitive soft spot for their lance. You better not be talking about my lance that way. I know you didn't say lance is bad at defense. Here comes the man of the hour. Oh, wait. Is he going to come down here? Oh, my God. Do we got to chase him up there? Johnny Boy says the switch axe is the worst at defense. Well, I mean, even in the case of the switch axe, you're still able to build... I'm not trying to defend the switch axe by any means, but it's like... It's not too bad because you don't really have to have anything than crit boost, crit eye, weakness exploit, agitator 7 for your damage output, right? Like, do people actually normally build charger on the switch axe? Maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not a switch axe expert. But so what that means is you have leftover slots for other defensive skills. Where is he? I guess he's up top. Oh, that was stupid of me. I ran out of the... I was still gonna get hit. Alright, he's getting thrown. Nice job. We're gonna shoot him in the lake here. This is where I want the worm stake to be, located in his back leg, because that's gonna be a safer spot. It's gonna be low to the ground too, which is, I've learned, is really useful because you get your best range when you're shooting down at the ground with gun lance. Can't even see what he's doing. Oh, there he goes. He's been knocked down. That's what he's doing. Every time I hit him, I'm doing 270 damage. Look at those stakes sticking out of his head. The other guys put it in his head, huh? See, I wouldn't do that because Namiel moves his head like crazy. But you know what? He doesn't really move quite as much. Ouch. He doesn't move his feet so much. His hind legs tend to move the least, so I would go for the hind legs for setting up the Wormstake Blast. And again, it doesn't matter where you shoot Namiel for damage, you're going to get the same hit zone because you're dealing blast damage. Oh god, I'm so tired of that move. I wish I had the water. I don't have the water mantle. Oh, I couldn't figure out what he's using there. He's coming down. Good job. Oh, maybe they put the Wormstake Blast there for the guy using sticky needle. Oh, it still hit me? I thought I'd be out of the range. Wow, dude. Lots of healing. And again, that's another issue. So I talk about how with the lance not dealing as much damage as the other weapons, you just don't get as much health regen. And that's actually kind of a big part of whether or not you have to sheath your weapon to protect yourself later. And it's pretty well known that the gun lance is getting better health regen. Of course, we got recovery up on this build as well, but we can afford to have recovery up on this build, you know what I mean? Like, we can actually afford it. Not going to lose too much if we build recovery up. But the lance would lose a lot if you build recovery up. You're talking about giving up crit eye or giving up attack boost, one or the other. hitting the right spot? Yeah, I am. That's what she said. I think it's time for us to reset our Wormstake Blast. Nice job. Nice job. Woo! Oh, this is another thing. Look, we just go right through the leg to hit the Wormstake Blast. We'll go right through her back. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. And look at the range on that move. Such terrific range on the long shelling gun lance. You know, they advertise the lance's attack as if it has a lot of range, but you know it does have a lot of range. Long shelling gun lance does, as well as the sticky ammo on the heavy bowgun. Just better range. You know what else is cool about the shelling on the gun lance? Since it's not really a physical attack, you never deflect off of the monster. So you don't have built-in mind's eye, but effectively you don't need it. You don't need mind's eye on the gun lance, and then you do actually have flinch free on the gun lance. So these are actual mechanical differences between the two weapons, and when you compare them, you end up asking, why does this get all these benefits and the other one does not get the benefits? And it's so frustrating that they're calling that like misinformation. It's actual game mechanics. Not misinformation at all. Oops, she's drawn us in. Woo! Those explosions, though. Of course, that's the best part. You get explosions. Duh. And Namiel's dead. How did I ever survive without dash attack, the advancing guard move, and without the counter attack on the lance? How is it even possible? Just doesn't seem right. Max Kalina says TGC wide, longer, or normal shelling preference. A very strong, very strong preference for long shelling. Wide shelling would be my second choice. Wide shelling is going to do a little more damage, and it's going to do a little more stun. Stun the right word? It's going to cause the monster to flinch sooner. Okay, that's what I mean by that. However, I prefer the long range of the long shelling gun lance. You don't really give up too much by switching from wide to long shelling. Right now, wide has an advantage because we have wide 7 in the game, but long shelling 6 is still my preference. Sweet damage, sweet actual defense, extra room on the build for additional skills, better recovery. I feel that my arguments were fair, and none of the counter arguments I heard really changed my mind. All I heard was a lot of people getting very angry. Ooh, what do we get here? Research Commission Ticket Plus. Sweet. Super sweet. You don't know how to play Lance. You're obviously garbage. God, man. Get good, man. So even if I was bad with the weapon, I could still understand all these arguments really well. Get good. Third World Gaming says he hates the Lance. Again, the Lance is probably my 5th most played weapon in the game. I don't hate it. I really strongly feel that Capcom should give it a buff to improve it. Alrighty, we're at 2 hours and 50 minutes. That means we had an extra long Monster Hunter live stream today. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate all the support. I'm glad I was here to play with you guys, and we talked a lot still about the concept of defense on the weapons, and we're doing comparisons still. Today we played with the Lance and we played with the Gun Lance, and I could show you some clear differences between the weapons, and that actually, yes, I do know how to use each weapon. Benjamin says, TGC, join us. Let's see what he means. Maybe I will. Let's see. That's Braden. Join us doing what? Maybe he means in the Gathering Hub. But I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap up here and take a little break. And then later tonight, I'm going to have my usual Pokemon card stream. If you've never if you've never watched the Pokemon card stream, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we open thousands of dollars of Pokemon cards. Today, I'll probably be showing off my my actual collection, you'll get to see what cards I've collected over the last year. So that'll be pretty cool. And then you can get a little stiffy and wish that you had some Pokemon cards. So that'll probably come out later tonight, but I'm going to have a nice break and go for a walk so that I can be a little healthier than usual. So I'm going to have a little walk, and I'll catch up with you guys later on my second YouTube channel. All right, see you guys later.